Okay, so we are going to be doing a Christmas project. It's Christmas ornaments on a tree. It's multimedia. It uses watercolor and oil pastel with watercolor paper and black construction paper. So let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to end up doing is you're going to start with the white piece of watercolor paper, and you are going to use a cup that's roughly this size. You can use a paper cup. That's kind of what I used at school. You're going to trace it. You just don't want it to be huge, so you want to trace that. And so you're going to need 3 circles. So 1, 2, and 3. So when you have 3, you're going to use watercolor. Now I have this kind of paint because I don't have any actual watercolor, but you will use the watercolor palette that you have, and you're going to use that, and you're going to make sure you use lots of water because it's watercolor. Then pick your 3 colors. Don't do black or brown, not a good choice. Oh, I forgot. One thing that you want to do is you want to draw on the side of it shiny marks, because these are the ornaments. So you're just going to draw little lines like that, and those are your shiny marks. Those you'll want to keep white through the whole thing. So you're going to start out, and we're going to be kind of shading here. So doing our shading, you're going to start dark on one side, and you're going to see about halfway across. It's kind of like just like a C-shaped, really long C-shaped arc, and you're going to start making that a little bit lighter by using more water, less pigment. So I'm going to use a lot less pigment here, and at one point I'm going to go straight, put a little more pigment in there, but I'm going to do straight water in the end. And that is going to make it go from dark to light, which is kind of harder to see on the yellow, but I did blue and purple, and you're going to do that to each one of your ornaments. Okay, so you're going to want to let these set aside and dry. I just went in and dried them really fast so that I can move on to the next step, but you're going to want to set these aside to dry. And then you're going to bring in your black piece of construction paper, the small black piece of construction paper. It is a half sheet, and you're going to be using 3 colors of oil pastels. You're going to be needing the brown, the dark green, and then the light green. Of course, yours are a different brand than mine, but so the first thing you're going to start with is you're going to start with the brown oil pastel. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be drawing the branches that your ornaments are going to be hanging on. So you're going to start on one side of the paper, kind of higher up, and you're going to start on the side, and you're going to make an arc that kind of goes down, a branch that is kind of hanging down from the weight, and then you're going to go to the next side, and you're going to bring another branch down, and then you're going to do one more. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to make these branches slightly thicker. So you're going to start down here, just make them a little bit thicker. Now you do not want to make them super duper thick, just thicker here than here, kind of like how you would have a real tree branch would get thicker, or I guess thinner, the farther out it goes. Alright. So you can fill those in. So you have your 3 branches. Now you can see I'm working vertical here. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to be making the needles of your pine tree, and you're going to start with the dark green. And you're going to be making it look kind of like a feather. So you're going to start with the dark green, and you're going to just come out and away. And you do that on both sides. Okay, you're going to do that to each branch with the dark green. Okay, now you're going to use the light green. Hard to see. You're going to use the light green, and you go back in, and you're going to accent each of the branches by just using that light green and going right over top. Do that on all sides. So you've got this nice accent. You're going to go do that to each of the branches. Okay, so you have your 3 branches, and by the time you're done, if you don't have these dry, wait just a little bit longer, but you're going to take the 3 ornaments, and you're going to cut them out. This is why it really didn't matter if you kind of went outside of your lines a little bit on there, because you'll just end up cutting them out where that circle's at anyways. So, let's cut. Okay, so now you have all 3 of your branches. Okay, you're also going to need to pull out a white oil pastel, because now we're going to attach all 3 of our ornaments to the branches by giving them little ornament holders. So you're just going to find the top of your ornament. You're going to draw with the white, kind of like a little square on top, and then just hook it to your branch. You do that to each one. Okay, and you now have a finished piece. It probably looks pretty cool. Pretty proud of it. I'd love to see what it looks like. Make sure if you didn't get those shiny marks on there, you can always go back and kind of enhance them a little bit with your white oil pastel. Otherwise, I hope you had fun with this project.